All right, today we're talking about tools. What tools and equipment should you be using? So, I will share what we use, and we've got about 70 clients that we're working with continually on all of our done for you services, and it's the same tools that we're recommending that they use. So, what I'm going to do is share my screen and I will combine this with, let's see, tab. Okay, I've got frozen here. There's the tab. I will share my screen. And now you should see up here Perplexity. So I'm going to switch. So Perplexity is bigger. Actually, what I'll do is I will go into the bottom corner so everybody can see. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I'll make this bigger, is I'm going to sort of build this on the fly. So if you think about what you need to be successful on online, we are, and if you want, I'm going to do this top to bottom. If you want, I'm going to put together a Google Doc if there's any demand for it, with a list of everything that we use and the links, and then what we do with each of the processes and systems. So the first thing that you should focus on is you need a operational engine, and so for that, tell me one sentence about Go High Level. So this is what I'm going to do so you can learn a little bit about each one. And so it's going to search. We're using Perplexity, and Perplexity actually can go online. And so it is telling us that there's a Go High Level site. So Go High Level is basically is the answer. All-in-one CRM software system. So that is the CRM system that we recommend. It's interesting now because they're also putting YouTube searches on the right as well. Very interesting. This technology just gets better and better. So the first one is this Go High Level. It's all in one. It's by far the best solution. It trumps HubSpot. It trumps Infusionsoft / Keep, ActiveCampaign, ClickFunnels. And we're an agency and we do complete build outs for customers because you should not be worried about building funnels or setting up the software. You should be working on your highest income producing task, which is basically creating content because you're going to get leverage, and then sales calls, creating webinars, video sales letters, and pieces of the funnel that can be leveraged over and over and over again. So that is the first one. The next one is, what do we use to create the videos? And so we use the Logitech. I'm forgetting Logitech. Is it 720? No, Logitech. Well, let's just look it up. The Logitech camera, and I'll tell you which one we use. I've been using the same camera for the last probably 4 years. It's 4K, and hopefully it's going to give us the model number. Here it is. This is the one we use. It's the Logitech Brio 4K. Right there, Logitech Brio 4K. And it's just bulletproof and reliable. It's tiny. I travel with it. So that is super important. So the next thing is, and this is really a tough one for most people, is what do you do when you shoot a video? Like, what do you do with it? And the answer is you've got to edit it. And so for editing and for recording video and editing, we use Descript, which is one of the first to come out using AI. It's an incredible company. They add so much value and it's very easy to use. So basically, you shoot the video, you say, I want to, hold on a second. So you shoot the video and you push a button and it converts it back over into basically a Word document with a video on the side. On the bottom is like all the complicated stuff that if you were a video editor, you'd be focusing on, but you don't have to worry about it. You push a button, it fixes the sound. You push another button, it gets rid of your ums and ahs. You push another button, it gets rid of gaps that are longer than, say, a half a second. And then you highlight your text. You look for some words that maybe it got wrong. You fix them, and then you put in add captions, and you push a button to export to MP4. So Descript is amazing. And let's get to Descript. So it's not showing you. It's weird, but it's Descript, AI-powered script editing software. We also have a training on this that we do, and we make this kind of mandatory for our customers, but we have a training. So if you're interested in the training for Descript, you let me know. So now we are able to shoot video, quickly edit video. And so we have basically a digital marketing and business automation system where we can build landing pages, and then we can opt in and build nurture email sequences. It replaces Calendly. So get rid of Calendly. It replaces all the other SaaS stuff. So now we have those pieces. What else is in the AI tech stack? Well, we use Perplexity, we use ChatGPT, and we use also Claude. And so those are three of the AI softwares that we use. And I use them because they each kind of provide a little different output. And I'm not really certain I can tell you which one is better. I like a Claude for the more longer form stuff. ChatGPT is still the go-to. And then Perplexity is interesting because you can see it goes online. So you can do what we're doing here. You can see there's a training. You can see it just goes and it finds the stuff that's like instantly online. So that's really awesome. For project management, this is something that has been just a terror in my life for the last 20 years. We use now, and thanks to a close friend who I was working with that said, hey, if you want to work with me, you got to get on Basecamp. I was like, Basecamp? I haven't been on Basecamp in over a decade. So I've been in basically every time of project management software. I've been and basically Trello boards, Zoho, Monday. I mean, the list goes on. It's literally 10. It's so many that I can't remember. And I've actually invested a large ClickUp. I've invested $5,000 or $10,000 bringing in automation experts to help us automate the process. And in every case, what's happened is as we begin to expand what we're doing with the organization and our projects, it became more complex. And then none of my internal people wanted to utilize the software. So that creates no utilization or adoption of the software, dead in the water. So when he said Basecamp now has Basecamp 2.0 or 3.0. And what's amazing about it is Basecamp is simple. And it basically replaces a lot of other software. My theme for everyone is moving from SaaS, which is software as a service, to RaaS, which is results as a service. And software as a service and software doesn't produce results for you and me. I mean, we have so many SaaSes, we're paying monthly for everything. But the reality is the software needs to do something. It needs to create the intended outcome. So by having 5 or 10 or 15 SaaS doesn't mean you're going to get results. And so why I love Go High Level is it knocks out about 10 different SaaS softwares and puts them into one database. So you're living inside of there. Opportunities and stages, and replaces Pipedrive and Calendly and text message and email, telephone sales through there, landing pages, email, websites, marketing and business automation, orders, coursework in there. I mean, like Kajabi, sorry, but Kajabi's done. People love Skool, Skool. Okay, it's good, but it's another SaaS. And now your data is outside of your main database. So you've got a problem. So Go High Level does a Skool replacement. It does a membership replacement. So Mighty Networks, okay, it's Mighty Networks is another membership. It's fine. Circle, another membership. It's fine. But just imagine having all your data. You're processing in Stripe. You have data there. You're booking appointments in Calendar. You have your data there. You have Trello boards, so you have some data there. You've got Pipedrive, so you've got stages there. You've got Skool or Kajabi for your coursework. You've got data there. And then you need Zapier to integrate all this stuff together. You got to figure out Zapier. You're paying for Zapier also. So, and then you've got, your communications software, which is either, Messenger or Slack, which I can't stand Slack. It's so expensive, and it's very hard to get normal people like us to use Slack. If you're corporate, it's great. So what I love Basecamp, because Basecamp brings in your simple project management, your ability to communicate with your customers, and it replaces Slack. It's better than Slack, and does daily stand-ups, and it's awesome. So Basecamp is another software that we're very high on. Right now, I'm going live. And so right now, I don't know why I'm, on this software other than I was an early adopter to this software, but it's called Restream. And Restream has basically kept up with the times. They keep, in creating new functionality to grow as things grow. And there's Restream, and that's tools and features for Restream. So it's very easy. You just turn it on, you hook up your social media, you can do your branding and put that so it's stored, and then you basically go live. And then you're going live. It does a recording, a 4K recording. You download the recording, you upload it into Descript. Then Descript will push buttons and get rid of the ums and the ahs or the gaps. Like if I go here and I'm like, okay, typing, hello, this takes a while to type. Well, I'm doing it live, so you have no choice because I'm typing. But if I want to reuse the replay, then wouldn't it be nice to be able to just push buttons and then just cut out all the stuff like that? Of course it would. So we use Restream to go live. Now, of course, we are a huge, we're a done for you agency. And so our entire focus for social media is on LinkedIn. So we're just a one-dimensional social media company. I don't even consider LinkedIn to be social media. And we don't use it like social media. We use it as a business channel and tool. So LinkedIn is our absolute 100% go-to. We do cold email outbound as a service done for you. And basically, the tech stack that we use is basically two. We use one that is called Instantly. And this is a interesting tool. And the other one we use is called Smart Lead. So Instantly and Smart Lead, they will come up. Instantly and Smart Lead, you're able to do email, basically cold email outbound as a methodology on their software. So Instantly is let's see if they give you any more data. It's interesting why they're not actually going out and showing you, but it's Instantly. And then the other one is basically Smart Lead. So cold email outbound as a service is it's a challenge because everyone gets deliverability. So if anyone has promised you deliverability, it's like, so what? But you need to get in the inbox. If you get into updates or social or, God forbid, spam or junk or promotions tab, you're done. Like no one's ever going to see that. So you need to build the infrastructure and architecture to do cold email outbound as a service. We send between 20 to 30,000 emails a month for our customers. And the way that we do that is by building a technology architecture or technology structure. So we start with 20 domains, 40 emails, and then from the 40 emails, it takes 30 days to warm them up one by one because they're cold domains to warm them up, and then we start layering in cold email outbound. One by one by one. The idea is to basically send them sporadically throughout the day. You're not sending more than 30. You're using spin text, so each one's different, and you're doing enrichment. So it's almost like every single email is unique, which is great because if you look at the email providers that you and I subscribe to, which is either Google or Microsoft or Apple or Yahoo or AOL, their job is to keep pesky promotional emails out of your inbox. That's how they get judged if they're any good. So if you're sending out, emails through HubSpot or ActiveCampaign or Infusionsoft/Keep, everyone complains about Infusionsoft/Keep. It's terrible email deliverability. And yeah, of course, because when they send an email out of Infusionsoft or Keep, like obviously Microsoft is like, okay, here comes a bunch of crap coming from Microsoft. I mean, from Infusionsoft to Keep. It's all marketing promotional emails, and it's obvious because it's all coming from the same company, and most people are just sending 5,000 or 10,000 or 20,000 or 1,000 emails, and then it's a batch of emails coming from a provider which are basically identical except for the first name. So I mean, you don't have to be a rocket science to figure this stuff out. Mechanically, we could figure it out, but they got AI, so they just know everything. So if you want to be able to use cold email and effectively to book appointments and grow your business, you got to radically change everything that you're doing. So we use Instantly and Smart Lead because we want to basically break up our risk. I'm not going to make a statement that one's better than the other. We set up the domains and we set up 20 new domains. We set up basically 2 emails per domain. We use Google Outlook and Google Workplace for that to spread out the risk. And then if you want to do data enrichment, we use another company that's called Clay.com, which is super ninja. Clay is just a rock star company. It's very complicated and it's very difficult to figure out. Basically, I've hired a consultant to work with me on the development of this because it will do incredible enrichment, and basically it's shocking what it does. I mean, this is really in the forefront of everything that's possible. To give you an instance, for instance, if you were say a branding company and you're going to send cold emails out, you would send like, hey, branding's important. Branding can help you make money. And, most people don't pay attention to branding. We're a branding agency. Would like to give you a free consultation and tell you how we can up your branding and make you money. No one's going to respond to that. So, but if you were able to say, okay, give me a list of, and your ideal customer were, say, $1 million companies, not enormous, but $1 million companies, and you created a list of $1 million companies, and you said, okay, let's put this into Clay, and then Clay go out to those $1 million companies to the website and go scrape their homepage and figure out if there's any inconsistencies on the homepage. We want to use a branding guide that's going to look out for these 5 things. And then in the next column, show me all the things that they're doing great based on my 5 things. In the next column, show me all the things they're missing on my 5 things. In the next column, do a comparison between the good and the bad. And then on the next column, you write the email that says, hey, Bob, or the CEO or C-suite, whatever it is, I looked at your website and you've got some great things going on like this, boom, 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 boom. And then you've got some challenges because you're missing this, boom, boom, boom. Did you know that branding can increase your ROI by 2x for the same effort? And I've obviously looked at your site. There's immediate actions you can take. I'd love to jump on a quick 10-minute with you and give you like the pointers. I'll even give you a document after we're done so you can give to your team. But it's worth checking this out. And I see you have some areas for improvement. Now it's going to do that for 20,000 different companies a month, and each one obviously is going to be different. So what we're capable of doing today is It's just incredible. And it's the use of AI which be able to leverage information that customizes more conversations. And well, I don't know, is AI going to wreck the world? I mean, and robots going to run our life? I don't know. I mean, one of the smartest futurists of all time said, look, we can always pull the plug on AI. And until AI figures out to make a robot and the robot figures out to make its own electricity, so it has its own electricity and or power, and it's impossible for us to unplug that machine, then we're okay. So I don't concern myself with that. What I do concern myself with is that, like, as human beings, all we want is faster and more accurate answers to our questions. Isn't that what we want? Like, why do we want to go back and forth on phone systems and we push one for Spanish and two for English and blah blah blah, and I get to someone that's the wrong person, I got to start all over again. It's just wasting our life and wasting our time. It's completely inefficient. The same thing with sending out like general emails. Like you're just creating what I call on LinkedIn. Most of the people are doing it wrong, and I call it social media diarrhea. The world doesn't need more information at all. It doesn't need more quotes of you or more quotes of Tony Robbins. What the people need is thought leadership. People have inherent questions and problems and things they want to do better. And so if we can convey to the right audience the right message that's going to teach them about a specific point that they're interested in, we're relevant. And that's what all this comes down to. And what I just described for the cold email outbound, like each email is customized, it's adding value. So if you're not adding value today with the things that you're doing, if you're using a social media agency that's just putting out quotes or like blah, then reevaluate everything, because it's not really what the world's about anymore. And LinkedIn and Edelman did a let's look at this. LinkedIn and Edelman study on thought leadership. They did a study on this, and basically, it's really if you're stepping into thought leadership right now, it's never been a better time in the world to be in to grow your company, because the buyers are really only care about thought leadership now. And if you are using the old model of like cold calling with blah blah blah, or sending brochures, or you think your website's going to sell, it's not going to sell. And let's see if they're going to give us. Okay, they're not giving us the link. Anyway, I think 2024 study and give me the link. Once again, if you want this, I'll get the link for you. But the numbers are shocking. If it's so shocking that if someone's looking to bring a vendor in to do a job, and they're halfway through the due diligence on, say, 5 vendors, and someone sees amazing thought leadership, like they'll automatically invite that person into the running, even though it's like late in the game. So anyway, I'll get you the study, but like the old numbers are like thought leadership is 54% of decision makers said they use thought leadership to vet organizations they're considering working for. That's half the people now. 63% said thought leadership is important, providing proof that an organization generally understands and can solve the business problem. So you got almost 2/3 of the people saying like, okay, like show me you understand my problem and you can solve my problem and you're good as gold. So, these are some of the important factors to consider. And, our big belief system is that you want to also be creating video content. And video content, the reason why is because I'm eyeball by eyeball with you right now, and I'm building know, like, and trust. Like, either you like me and you're like, oh, he's cool, I'm down with Mike, he's got a New York accent and blah, blah, he's kind of in your face. Or you're like, this guy's a dick and like he's got a stupid hat on. Good. I spoke about this in one of our other trainings. Dov Baron, who's a dear friend and a great guy and one of the top, corporate leadership coaches in the world, basically says it's all about creating narrow fences. And today, like, I look, I only want people in my tribe that are down with me, right? I don't want anyone that's not down with me in my tribe. I never want to get on a Zoom call with someone's like, I'm Mike Smart, but I don't like his personality. Like, why would I waste my time? And this is a major revelation in terms of how we are able to attract our ideal customer that know, likes, and trust us. And video is a major factor in this. I started out in '87 on Wall Street. I used to cold call, 300 calls a day to get, 60 pickups, to get, 12 conversations, and maybe 3 great leads. That was the formula. And if you could open 10 accounts a month, you'd go from doing 50K the first year to 125K to almost 300K in the third year. That's it. Those are the data points. But I can't tell you how many people were upset and pissed and just jerk offs to me. And it was because it was random. I was just calling random people, and some people suck. So I subjected myself to this abuse because I was calling random people. Now we get to attract who's in our world. So, and then the other part is you got to be yourself. You got to be transparent. Like if I'm going to be like all stiff like this, and you get on, the Zoom with me, and I'm like myself, which is not stiff, you don't want to create that, friction. Just you be yourself. So we've got cold email outbound covered. We've got LinkedIn covered. We've got running in your CRM covered. We've got how to shoot your video and edit it covered. We've got the camera and what to use covered. I'll tell you another huge secret is that if you do go and you travel and you go on extended stays and you want to bring your full horsepower with you and not laptop, then and even if you have an old computer or you're working off a laptop, like, all right, enough already. I will share with you that if you go out and buy Apple's Apple Mini, it's more powerful than any desktop. And I'll show you, hopefully now it's 8.3 inches. So why do they have sometimes pictures and sometimes search images? Okay, basically this is it. This box, it's this big and it's this thick, and it's more powerful than like by 5 times any desktop computer I ever had. So what do? I travel with that. I bought myself basically a ViewSonic USB-C 15.4 inch monitors, 2 of them. So I travel. I just take that. It comes in its own case. I put it in my backpack. I put the 2 monitors in my backpack, and I got this is a good keyboard. Mouse. It's a Logitech MX Master 3. It's awesome because it's got the side scrolls also. And I got my keyboard. And then I go. My wife loves to travel, so I found myself in these positions more often than not. But I'm set up and I'm able to crush at maximum efficiency. So that's what we do there. Microphone. You can use the Logitech in a pinch, but I use the this one here, which is the Shure. I think it's called the M. What the hell is this thing called? Shure. Oh, let's look it up. I think it's the M7. Hold on a second. Shure. 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 M7. Yep, that's what I use. The Shure M7. Yeah, it's a little bit of an investment, but it's bulletproof and it works and it sounds great. And sound's really super important. Most people are not focused on sound. If you're in an echoey room or something, then you got a problem. The other thing that I use that I love are these things. Let's see if I can. Hold on a second. I will. And I travel with these too. This is the thing I'm referring to, and this is what the hell is this thing? Logitech. Is it a Logitech? I think it's a Logitech Lights. So basically, there's I travel with two of these, and you can see how tiny they are. They have like a circle pad that supports them. It's a little bit heavy, but it should be. But this it goes onto a stand and it plugs in and it charges with USB. And so I basically have a USB charger that's just for the lights, and that's the job. It just charges lights. So obviously, I'm traveling also with an extension cord with multiple plugs to plug all the stuff in. The other thing, and I use only Anker, ANKR power. So I only use this company. It will come up, and you can get sales on these things on Amazon, and they're the best. Okay, let's look at this damn image again. All right, this happens to be some gigantic one that, but you can find this product. It's everywhere. I have this. I have this exact one. This can charge everything. So anyway, I use their plugs, their cords, their everything. They're the best. Recently, I actually went for, and this is important too, battery backup. It's the APC. It's the APC backup. APC back up 1000. I think that's 1000 amps. So we're in Southern Florida, and like, I don't know why we're in a huge building, and sometimes you get cutouts of power, and it's a pain. If everything just blacks out, it's not good either. So this thing, I think this is. I went for the 1000. The one thing you want to be careful out here, there's cheaper solutions, like this is the 1500, but you want to make sure that there's something called the Wave. This is the exact one I have. So you can see it's 1000. So it's less than the 1500, but this one, it's got some kind of Wave. I don't know, get the details. I researched it. There's a better system. The cheaper ones can get you more energy, but they're not using like this sine wave technology. So backup, we use that. Monitors. I'm old school on monitors. I've got right now 3 monitors going on. I've got Dell 24-inch, Dell 24-inch. In the middle, I actually have the ViewSonic. It's perfect setup because the ViewSonic's 15. It's in the middle and it's below the camera. I'm looking eyeball to eyeball. So I use Dell for that setup. In terms of the backdrop, super simple. Just go on Amazon, buy a backdrop, and then you can buy either nail it to the wall or you buy a simple T stand. Not expensive. You can get. I used to use the library backdrop. It was great. I don't know where it went, but they're like $15. You do need to get like the stand to put them up behind you, but it's easy and it works. This is new. This is was on sale. I just bought this. The floor lamp. It is. Oh, my little guy took the controller that has the name on it. Anyway, I'll get you the name of this. It's good. It can do different things. It kind of adds a little bit depending on your backdrop, and et cetera, et cetera. We are a Google Workplace shop. So everything we do is Google Workplace. So it helps Google Docs and everything. A lot of people are either Outlook or other things, but we're huge with Google Workplace. I love basically 2 softwares that help me stay organized. One is called Arc Browser, Browser, Arc Browser, and it's a alternative browser to Google. Now you probably can't see, but I've got so many Google Chromes open and so many tabs, it's crazy. But the Arc browser allows you to create like sort of desktops that are always there and open. it looks like this picture on the right. So I have a little tiny tab for all my banking stuff. I have a little tiny tab for all my AI stuff. I have a little tiny tab for all my LinkedIn stuff. I have a little tiny tab for when I want to save new tech. Obviously, you can see I'm in new tech stuff. So I just click, and all my tabs are there. So that's a huge one for us. And then the other one, which is imperative that you have, is Canva. And most people probably know about Canva, but I mean, you've got you got to be on Canva. I mean, Canva is like one of the great revolutions in tech for results, because it used to be Adobe Photoshop. You had to be a designer to use it. They took away all of that, and a normal human can use Canva and produce great results. Same thing with Descript, category changer, right? Because you had to be a film editor, edit, no more, Descript. So there's some category changes like Canva and Descript out there that are just, they change the game. The other thing that I like and we use is Vimeo. Now, I was one of the original people on Wistia, and I'm now getting off. A very inflexible company with high costs, and everyone caught up to them. So they just still charge so much, and I can't stand when SaaS companies charge for things I call it stupidity charge. That means you and I must be stupid to keep paying, because it doesn't cost them really any more to be on it. So like who has stupidity charges? Zoom, which we're getting off of Zoom. We barely use Zoom now. We use Google Meet, Wistia, and HubSpot. So let's go over the stupidity charges. Well, on Wistia, okay, the real cost for them is streaming minutes, because it's expensive to push that data through the platform. It doesn't matter if I have 50 videos or 150 videos. Come on their database, does it matter that Mike has 50 or 150 or 250? No. And if it does matter, then you charge me something that's nominal just to cover your cost. Don't make it a profit center. But they're desperate for profit, and they know that if I have 150 videos, I'm probably a bigger player. So I can rake more money out of Mike. Not that my distribution and minutes used are more, which is really the parameter of whether I should be paying more, but it's a stupidity charge. The same thing with Zoom. We do Zoom and you have recordings. You get to a certain amount of recordings, they jack up your price by like 500%. Inflexible. Like, seriously, you benefited from COVID and you're a gazillion billion-dollar company, and you care whether you have 50 recordings on the platform or 150. And once again, I'm not saying that we shouldn't pay on a consumption basis, but it shouldn't cost $10 a video per month. It should cost 10 cents a video per month. So they jam us. Okay. What about charging for usage of the actual tech, like Zoom meetings, and keep it at that? Same thing with HubSpot. Moronic. They just rake the small business over the coals, charging people $1,200, $1,800, $3,500 a month. For what? It's crazy. Does it really matter how many contacts you have? Do they give a shit whether you have 2,000 contacts, 5 or 10,000 contacts, or 50,000 contacts? It costs them nada, but they can stupidity charge you into paying to pay for more, because we're stupid, and we were like, oh, that's their motto. We're stupid. We have a stupidity charge. Okay, and what about that's for contacts? But what about also how many functions of the software you're going to use? So some functions are included, some aren't. They step you up as you need logical progressions of stuff, and it's exorbitant what they charge. What about charging us for our effectiveness on the platform? So if I'm going to make money with HubSpot, I'm going to do it because I'm going to be sending emails, sending text messages. I'll be in communication. So these are the basic principles of, okay, is there a direct correlation to the activity I'm doing on the platform versus money? Yeah. Is there a direct expense to them for activity and money? Yes. So put me in that billing program. That's what is great about Go High Level. It's focused. So, a little bit of a sidetrack, but I'm a stickler about that. Video recording for meetings. Again, I've been on every one, and unfortunately, they use us. We're small businesses. They come out, they get us to pay, they fix all the problems, and then they jack up the prices to enterprise. So I've been on every one, and they all do it. They're just terrible. I found the best one now is Fathom. Um, so what I like about it is it does the transcription, and then the people that are invited on the meeting will automatically send it out. My assistant used to have to do that. So this is Fathom, Fathom. Do I need to? Okay, Fathom is the company. So that's great. What I use for password protection is not 1Password. I tried it. It was like very confusing. I use something called LastPass, and my team's on it as well. It's still not a great solution, but it's better than not having anything. LastPass. For basically um, to do my screen captures, what we use in different things, I use a company called Snagit. I know on a Mac it's pretty easy to do. My wife's like been doing it forever on this, but for me this is just easier. The company is called Snagit, and I can just easily just I just do capture, and then I can just do this, and then basically it gives me simple capture. I can just cut and paste it into any document, and so that's super easy. We love that software, and basically I think that is a pretty good roundup. If you're interested, let me know. I'll create a Google Doc, and I've never really done this before, but maybe I will do this and keep rounding out. There's probably a bunch I forgot, but I'll keep rounding out and including more in there, and also the use cases. Obviously, I'm probably testing 150 softwares at once because I'm an addict to AppSumo. So AppSumo, if you're not familiar with AppSumo, I shouldn't even tell you because I don't want you to get addicted like me. But AppSumo is a great company. It's a place where new technology can go, and they give lifetime deals on software. And about 80% of them probably end up average or below average, but 20% of them end up being great companies. So that's AppSumo that we use also. So thank you very much for spending this time on the tech tools. It's one of the greatest times to be in business, and I think what I see the biggest mistake people make is that they get bogged down doing things that they shouldn't do, and I get caught in this all the time as well. So you just always focus on highest income producing tasks, and everything that isn't. And from a technology standpoint, from all the technology I mentioned, get someone to do it for you. And that's the done for you solution, because your time is worth a lot. But if you're doing $10 or $15 an hour functions and functionality, and or you're attempting to do things that you have no skill set for, then get someone else to do it. Like, no client should be building funnels. No client should be doing landing page, email, opt-in, short-term nurture, long-term nurture. No client should do it. No client really should be building ebooks or case studies. Like, we have a graphics department. Like, we interview the client, they give us the data, we produce it, they optimize it, it's done. And we operate with speed. The same thing with sales copy. No one should be using sales copy. And so AI Sales Copy Generator Pro is our new software that we are involved with, that we're releasing right now. It's called No Prompt. You fill in 6 boxes, it's got your story brand guide. You fill in a few more questions, it can create a VSL, a 10-part email series, a ebook, your social media posts, your ads, short-term, long-term nurture, sales pages, brand guides. I mean, it's incredible. There's about 60 different proven copywriter frameworks that are built into this software, and it's literally what I call no prompt solutions, which is the next evolution above the ChatGPT and the others. So it's a great time to be alive. It really, if you talk about the playing field being leveled, like we have equal footing now with every large organization. In fact, we're better because we're nimble. Just imagine being you being the person in a big organization, getting permission to use another software. We don't. We can go, adapt, deploy, test, make incremental benefits, and we're in the game. So take advantage. And like I said, if you want any information on this, just hit us in a message. My team will then get a way to communicate with you and give you access to the doc. Have a great day.